amigos. Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of, you guessed it, the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Now buckle up, because it's time for liftoff.
T-minus 10.
Come on.
8, 7.
Countdown with me, folks.
5, 4, 3,
2.
2, 1.
Here we go.
0. Ignition.
Come
Liftoff.
on.
Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio. It's the show with no
Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, yes. Welcome, amigos. Welcome, show with no namers. That's for you, for all the energy, the effort that you put in day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And yes, some of you, you know who you are, Anix, and several others, Borislav, decade after decade. So thank you. Whether you've been listening and learning with us for 2 months or for 20 years. Bueno, creo que estamos a 16, 17. But you catch my drift. Creo que me entiendes perfectamente. Thank you for learning real English, totally native English, here on the show with no name, where we use music, movies, pop culture, and the world around us to explore the English language. And remember, if you can't tune in live, no problem. You can download all your favorite Vaughn Radio programs on your favorite podcast platform. iVox, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And don't forget, we've also got the Vaughn Radio app. So if you can't get us on the dial, well, you can find us always 24/7, 365 over at our app. Also, we've got a website. It's grupovaughn.com. And there you can find out about special events, deals, ofertones, and all that jazz. Y todo eso. Tons of stuff going on here in the Vaughn world, especially right now. We've got deals. We are giving away materials. No, te lo juro. Give it away now. Regalando. Well, tell me another place where you can get 8 books, 8 amazing books for 25 euros and 26 cents. I'm talking about the verbos clave del inglés. You've got the most common verbs, and we delve into them. To delve, indagar, delve, se escribe. 25 euros. So do the math. Let me get my calculator here, because if I have to do it in my head, I don't know if I can do it. So let's say 26 euros. Okay, we'll round it up. To round it up is, pues, ver cuánto es subiendo, ¿no? Redondear, pero hacia arriba. To round it down. Y también decimos to round it off. To round it off es si es un decimal. So, 26 divided by 8, because there's 8 books. Wait, I did something wrong. See? 26 divided by 8 equals 3 euros, okay? 3 euros and 25 cents for a book with audio. And you've got them all over at Vaughn Tienda. You go to Grupo Vaughn, which is our website. Then you search for Vaughn Tienda, and then you look for the area that says Promociones. And voila. And Bob's your uncle. ¿Os acordáis de esa que vimos? Bob's your uncle. Bob es tu tío. Significa, y ahí lo tienes. Y voila. Remember, we looked at this one recently. I think it was in a Double Trouble. And Bob's your uncle. Y ahí lo tienes. Es muy británico. So we've got the pack de verbos clave en inglés. We've got translation booklets for €1.60. €1.60. I mean, that is a steal. Un chollazo. Take advantage of these amazing deals. This way you have some material for the summer. We've got Tu Profesor en Casa, the beginner, intermediate, or advanced level. Each one of those for €10.45. So if you get all three, you have a complete course for a little over €30. You've got the Curso de Inglés Definitivo Business, €18.85. I mean, a complete business course for under €20? It's unheard of. Unheard of. Insólito, I think you say. It's unheard of. So mosey on over. Mosey on over is date una vuelta, date un paseo. Mosey on over to our website, grupovon.com, and take advantage of these amazing offers before it's too late. All right, folks, let's kick off with our first challenge of the day. It's the Say What soundbite.
Say what?
Yes.
What?
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Say what, say what, say what, say what. A quick reminder, too, we got a brand spanking new show here on Vaughn Radio. It's debuting Saturday, the 23rd of May. It's hosted by Linda Scaperotto. She hails from Philly. Proviene de. You can say she comes from, pero bueno, a mí me gusta ser formal de vez en cuando. Linda Scaperotto. The show is called Tell Me Your Story. It's an interview show. And I think you guys are going to love it. No, I know you guys are going to love it. I haven't met Linda yet in person, but I'm sure that if she's joining the team, she is one of a kind, like all of our Vaughn Radio presenters. As you guys know, we put our heart and soul into what we do here. And not just on the radio. Our teachers, same thing. What do you think? Our master's teachers are weak? Flojitos? No way. It's the cream of the crop. The creme de la creme, if you want to say it in French. So yes, Linda Scaperotto and her new program, Tell Me Your Story, Saturdays from 4 to 5 p.m. If you can't tune in, you can always find it on your favorite podcast platform. Also, a big shout out to our students, Alfonso, Born to Iron Man, Cristina Chicago, Chris Valrol, and Kay Roller Girl. They have participated in our question of the week. What are you waiting for? You still have time. You have until the end of the day on Thursday to send us your voice note. It's a perfect opportunity to practice your spoken English. And this week's question, have you ever kept a journal? Have you ever kept a diary or a journal? And obviously, tell us about it. Remember, the answer is never yes or no. It's yes and no because, right, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at how you elaborate on an idea, okay? So have you ever kept a journal or a diary? You can join Alfonso, Born to Iron Man, Cristina Chicago, Chris Valrol, and Kay Roller Girl and practice your speaking every week. And for those of you I just mentioned, well, let me give you next week's. You can start mulling it over. To think it over or to mull it over is darle unas vueltas. And next week's, this is for the last week of May. What do you think of or what comes to mind when you think of the future? Ooh, we're getting profound here a bit. So, what do you think of, or what comes to mind when you think of the future? Y empezando con la pronunciación de esa palabra, future. Dilo conmigo, por favor, todos en voz alta. Future, nature, creature, statue, right? Portugal. Cha, 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 cha. That's what they all have in common. It reminds me of Welcome to the Jungle. Right? That knees in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. So, folks, we look forward to hearing from you. You have until the end of the day on Thursday. Tell us if you've ever kept a journal or a diary. And as always, I'll give you my feedback. So do the best you can. And the most important thing is not just receiving my feedback, but getting comfortable expressing yourself aloud in English. And that's, again, what most students lack, carecen. They lack the opportunity to speak aloud. Well, you can do it every day. You can talk to yourself. In fact, you have to if you want to learn a language. But another thing is talking aloud, and another thing is talking aloud and having somebody be able to give you feedback on what you said. And that's my job. I'll do my part, but you have to do your part. And you guys, really, I've got to say, lately we've had so much participation in the show. I'm proud. You're making me proud. Thank you. Thank you for being model students. All right. Now, as always, in our Say What soundbite, we're going to hear a clip, maybe from a movie, maybe from a series, maybe from a historical speech, an interview. And basically, you guys have to tell me what you heard. You have to make some sense of it. Now, initially, I want you to give me your opinion in a sentence or two. And hopefully, before the end of the show, and after we have heard it 4 times, well, hopefully somebody will be able to give it to us word for word. Now, I'm going to warn you, this is really fast, okay? So put on your thinking caps, como decimos en inglés. Put on your thinking caps, prepárate para pensar. Nos lo decían siempre los profes. Put on your thinking caps, pon tu gorra de pensar, because this guy goes a mile a minute. But also, let me tell you something. This guy is probably one of the most famous actors to ever walk the planet. All right, so here we go. This is the Say What soundbite for the first time. Pay attention.
Neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character, because his whole life was, why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughan.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz, 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 quiz. Come on. Pop quiz. Let's go. Let's go. Pop quiz. That's right, folks. This is our pop quiz. And as always, this is a chance for me to, well, teach you some content, and usually content that I haven't really prepared. Content that comes from one of our amazing materials, which is awesome because it's kind of a pop quiz for all of us. I don't know what questions I'm going to ask you yet. And you don't know what questions I'm going to ask you yet. The only thing I do know is that today they're coming from Gramática Fácil en Inglés. Gramática Fácil en Inglés. This is just one of the many materials that you can pick up at Von Tienda. Also, we've got offices. Hey, if some of you, I know you, I don't like to shop online. Hey, it happens. Some people love to shop online and they only shop online. Hello, Amazon. And other people say, I prefer to go into a store, ask some questions, talk to the clerk, hablar con la dependienta o el dependiente, and get some more information. Whatever you prefer, just know that we have offices in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, and Santander. And as I always say, each of those is unique in its own way. Seriously, I love Madrid. I live in Madrid. Madrid is a city I fell in love with many, many years ago. I think I was like 7 years old when I fell in love with Madrid. And I remember we were in town. Es una forma de decir por aquí, ¿no? No es un pueblo, pero es una forma de decirlo cariñosamente. And we were in town. I remember we were doing something at the embassy for my abuela's visa, not her visa card, her visado, que es la misma palabra. And so we had to come to Madrid because you couldn't do that in Almería. Now I think you can do a lot of these things online. So we came to Madrid, and I'll tell you something. And remember this, guys, I wasn't coming from a little town. I'm from the New York City area, so I had seen big cities. It's not like, wow, what an impressive big city. But there was something magical about Madrid. And I remember a lot of moments. I remember the Edificio España. I remember it clear as day. I remember looking at Jardines Sabatini and just thinking, wow, this is awesome. I remember walking down the Gran Via, having a bocata de calamares. That's a typical madrileño thing. And I fell in love. Look, 7 years old, 7 years old. What do you know about the world? But I knew that there was something magical, something amazing about Madrid. And fast forward many, many years later, and here I am. I've been living in Madrid for over 20 years now. Ahí empleamos el presente perfecto continuo, ¿no? Porque muchos se equivocan. I live in Madrid since. No, vivo en Madrid desde hace, ¿no? I've been living, empezó en el pasado, sigue en vigor. I've been living in Madrid for over 20 years, and I still love this city. Barcelona, what can I say? Barcelona's amazing. It's a great place. I'll never forget Barcelona 92, the Olympics there in Barcelona. I wasn't there because my family and we chose to go to the Expo in Sevilla, and there was only enough money and time to do one of those. So we went to the Expo in Sevilla, another amazing city. But Barcelona, I love it. I've always had a wonderful time in Barcelona, whether I'm at Montjuic, whether I'm walking down the Rambla with all the pickpockets, or in La Barceloneta, or wherever, Plaza de España. Then you've got Bilbao. Wow, Bilbao, just a magical place. The Casco Viejo over there, of course, the Guggenheim, which was, a riverfront that was kind of, very industrial, and they turned it into one of the most popular tourist areas in all of Spain. Vigo, I was just there recently. Vigo is great. The people are amazing. Okay. Vigo. I don't think I've had one bad meal in Vigo and one bad conversation. I think the people in Vigo are so welcoming. Valladolid, what a surprise. What a surprise. I didn't know what to expect. And I remember we went there with Von Radio and the Plaza Mayor and walking around there, and I felt right at home. I said, I could live here. I could live in Valladolid. Valencia, my daughter, last time we were in Valencia, in fact, we met up with Anix. Quedamos con Anix. We went to the Ciudad de Artes y Ciencias. And you know what my daughter said? Can we move to Valencia? And I said, I'd love to. Sure. Excellent. And Santander, Isla de la Magdalena, right? Santander. What can I say? El Mercado. I remember we went to a market there, which was tremendous. So I've got to say, Vaughn has chosen some really amazing places to set up shop, montar el chiringuito. All right, but I digress. Let's get into today's pop quiz. This is from Gramática Fácil en Inglés. Pay attention because you know I'm going to have some questions for you afterwards.
Day 8. Comparatives. Listening challenge. Is London cheaper or more expensive than Cuenca? Is Russia bigger or smaller than Switzerland? Is Michael Jordan taller or shorter than Madonna? Is the Nile longer or shorter than the Ebro?
Day 9. Irregular comparatives. Listening challenge. The old version isn't much worse. The new version is much better. Is it better or worse than before? We're in a better situation now. I'm a worse student than Sally. The old version isn't much worse. Is it better or worse than before? It wasn't much better than before. The old version isn't much worse. I'm a worse student than Sally. It wasn't much better than before.
Day 10. Pasatiempo. A. The second exercise is more difficult than the first one. The first one is easier. The second exercise is better. The first exercise is simpler. B. My suitcase is much lighter than yours. Yours is a little cheaper than mine. Yours is much heavier than mine. My suitcase isn't very heavy. C. This street is very short. It's shorter than that one. This street is much uglier than that one. That street is longer than this one. D. The red car isn't much cheaper than the blue one. The blue one is a little bit more expensive. The blue car isn't cheaper than the red one. The red one is longer than the blue one. E. Drew is more boring than Robin. Robin is taller than Drew. Drew is shorter than Robin. Robin isn't shorter than Drew. F. Their dog isn't small, but our dog is bigger than theirs. Their dog is smaller than ours. Their dog isn't uglier than ours. Our dog is very big.
Day 11. There is, there are, plus comparatives. Listening challenge. Are there more cars in the US than in Peru? Is there less alcohol in beer than in whiskey? Are there fewer beaches in Brazil than in Poland? Is there more money in Bill Gates' bank account than in yours? Is there less water in a watermelon than in a banana? Are there fewer teachers than astronauts?
Day 13. Superlatives. Listening challenge. Is the cheetah the fastest or the biggest animal in the world? Is London the cheapest city in England or the most expensive one? Is Russia the biggest or the smallest country in the world? Is the Amazon the longest or the shortest river in the world? Is Mandarin one of the simplest or one of the most complicated languages in the world? Was Kobe Bryant one of the worst or one of the best basketball players in the world?
Day 14. Past simple. Regular verbs. Listening challenge. I started yesterday. They called me. She needed money. They finished at 6 p.m. I washed my hands. He answered the door.
All right, folks. Gramática fácil en inglés, available at Von Tienda. We'll be right back with much more, so stick around. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, my amigos. This is part 2 of today's show with no name. Folks, it is officially right around the corner. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. I can't believe it. It feels like yesterday. It was a month away. And now, hold on, I can tell you. I'm going to check right now. I've got a countdown here on Instagram. It is 13 days away. 13 days, 8 hours, and 59 minutes to be exact. Oh, wait, 58 minutes. Sorry. Folks, we will see you at our final Vaughn Radio Trivia Night before the summer break. It's going to be awesome. Friends, family, teachers, students. It is June 2nd. If you live in Madrid, you have no excuses. If you don't live in Madrid, you still have time to make arrangements. It's worth taking a day off. Vale la pena cogerte el día libre. It's an amazing event. It's free. Not much is free these days. June 2nd at the Toast Tap Room in Malasaña. It starts at 8. That means get there at 7:30, 7:45. Well, I know in Spain, the time is a little bit different than in the Anglo-Saxon countries. Hey, I've lived here long enough to know that here 8 o'clock means 8:15. No, we're doing it on Gidi time, okay? So 8 o'clock means we kick off at 8. So please get there a little bit earlier. This way we can chat too, because obviously once I'm doing the trivia, it's hard for me to shoot the breeze, estar de palique con mis alumnos. And that's one of the reasons I love doing it too. Chatting with you guys, chatting with my buddies at Vaughn Radio. But of course, you got to get there early if you want to shoot the breeze. And also I can help you, get you on a good team. Mira, si vas con estos saben más de cultura popular, estos saben más de geografía. What you're looking for is the dream team is a dream the dream team is a team that knows a little bit about everything. So what does that mean? That means the dream team has somebody who knows about geography, somebody who knows about history, somebody who knows about pop culture, music, movies, somebody who knows more about, linguistics. Obviously, we've got some questions for linguists, which you all are, lovers of language, right? That's why you're here. That's why we're all here. So we'll see you on the 2nd of June. At 7:30, 7:45. It's at the Toast Tap Room. If you're following Vaughn on social media, you can find all the information there. I've posted it too on my X and my Instagram, and I think on Facebook too. So you've got all the information. I hope to see you there. Espero veros ahí. All right, let's get rocking here because we've got tons and tons of stuff to cover as always. All right, let me give you the pop quiz challenges. Here we go. Now, today we're looking at comparatives, superlatives, and all that jazz. So here we go. The first one. ¿Tienes tanta paciencia como tu madre? La respuesta es no. But, bueno, hazme la pregunta, okay? ¿Tienes tanta paciencia como tu madre? Okay. That's number one. Number two, ¿tienes tantos amigos como tu hija? The answer is no. Again, impossible. This kid makes friends everywhere she goes, right? She's very friendly. She gets along with people. And even upperclassmen, o sea, los mayores, hey, Lara, vente con nosotros. I'm like, look at that. because she's pretty mature. She's not like, she's not like childish, right? Well, trying to teach her, okay, it's good to be a child. It's not good to be childish. You get it? So childish is inmadura. Okay. So tienes tantos amigos como tu hija. That's number 2. And the third one, no soy tan exigente como ellos. All right. There we're looking at the adjective exigente. Now, let me tell you something. The word exigent exists. Is it used often? Nope. I guarantee if you said the word exigent to some of my friends in the States, they would say, what are you talking about? So there's another way to say it, which is much more common, and it's a false friend. Es un amigo falso, además. So, ¿tienes tanta paciencia como tu madre? Number 1. Son preguntas, las primeras 2. ¿Tienes tanta paciencia como tu madre? Número 2. ¿Tienes tantos amigos como tu hija? And 3. No soy tan exigente como ellos. All right? So those are your 3 challenges in today's pop quiz. I see we've got a lot of students participating, which is awesome. It's great to see you guys participating and learning and laughing with us here on the show. All right, let me give you the Say What soundbite again. This is the Say What soundbite for the second time. As I said, he goes really fast, but also, wow, it's a classic movie and a classic actor. Here goes.
Neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was, why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así de gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit. That's right, folks. This book is the shit. Oh, and speaking of, my buddy Damian Moya is going to be joining us not on this Thursday's show, but next Thursday's show. He's going to be telling us about his new book. He doesn't stop. I mean, this guy is unstoppable. So we'll be joined by Damian Moya, my friend and student. You guys probably know him from El Hormiguero, very popular TV show on Antena 3, and he plays Barrancas. That's right, Trancas y Barrancas. Fits and starts. Bueno, así es como se traduce. Fits and starts. Trancas y barrancas. And then there's petancas, too. The overweight ant. Are we allowed to say that, or is that fat shaming now? The pleasantly plump ant, right? La hormiga. All right, so that's not this Thursday, but next Thursday, Damian will be joining us. It's been a while. Lleva tiempo sin visitarnos, so he'll be telling us a little bit about his book, and who knows, maybe I can talk him into giving us one. You know, we can maybe do a contest, and we'll see. We'll see. All right. Don't quote me on that yet, because I have to talk to him about it. But if I can get him to donate one, well, maybe we can do a little contest, un concurso, and give one of you guys. Or if not, you know what? I can buy one myself. It's not going to break the bank, como decimos, right? It's not going to break the bank. No me va a sacar de pobre, right? And maybe I can offer it to you guys. I think it'll cost more. Well, no, then I can do that. I can buy it on Amazon, and then I can just send it to your house instead of getting it sent to my house. Well, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. All right, we're taking a look at Gramática Fácil en Inglés, just one of the many materials you can get at Von Tienda. As I said, I shared the link with you, but if you're not in the group right now, if you're listening from the car or wherever, I highly recommend you go over to Grupo Von right now. Well, no, if you're driving, not right now. Whenever you get a chance, cuando puedas, go to grupovon.com, look for Von Tienda, and then click on Promociones. You'll find materials, dirt cheap, como AC/DC. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Ahí lo tienes. Dirt cheap, tiradísimo de precio. And I think it's, again, the perfect timing. Right? The summer's around the corner. The days are longer. We have a little more leisure time in general, a little more time to practice our English. So you've got, I'm telling you, for $50, you can get a stack of books. Un montón, una pila de libros. So make the most of it. I know you will. I know you'll make the most of the deals, and I know you'll make the most of the resources once you get them. So do it. Do it. Again, I don't think you're going to find them any cheaper than, what we've got right now. All right, let's practice some comparatives, superlatives, and other kinds of comparisons that we'll see. Tanto como, tantos como, el más que, menos que. Okay? Vamos a empezar fácil. We'll start simple here. Okay? You don't have to write these. I prefer if you say them aloud. Okay? Aquí queremos concentrar no solo en decirlos, pero decirlos bien, para que suenen genial. ¿Ok? So, soy más alto que tú. I'm taller than you. Right? I am. Lo contraemos. Si queremos un inglés más natural, contraemos. I'm taller than you. ¿Eres más alto que yo? Are you taller than me? Are you taller than me? Now, ¿por qué no es tallest? Porque tallest es el superlativo. I'm the tallest guy. O sea, vamos con esta frase. Soy más alto que el tío más alto del mundo. I'm taller than the tallest guy in the world. I'm taller. Así ponemos el comparativo. Y vamos con interesting ahora, que tiene más de 2 sílabas. Soy más interesante que el tío más interesante del mundo. I'm more interesting than the most interesting man in the world. Now, ¿por qué he cambiado? Porque el primero era y est como terminación. Pues piensa esto. Si ya tiene muchas sílabas, no podemos añadir más. I'm interestinger, ya se hace muy larga la palabra. Entonces tú piensa, porque hay excepciones donde no es more y the most. Pero en general, eso es la regla. If it has more than 2 syllables. Okay? But again, you'll know. Dilo en voz alta. Dice, I'm the interestingest. Eso suena mal. Or the most interesting. Right? Eso es la regla. Tú dilo y si dices, aquí hay muchas sílabas. Entonces ahí, pues tiramos por en el comparativo, I'm more interesting than the most interesting guy in the world. Superlativo. Okay. ¿Por qué fumas tanto como él? Why do you smoke as much as he does? Or as much as him? Why do you, no digo do you, why do you, porque no es importante el you in that question, so I don't have to put any emphasis on it. Why do you smoke as much as he does? ¿Qué es importante? Smoke. Much. Why do you smoke as much? Smoke and much son las palabras que resaltan ahí. ¿Ok? Tengo más tiempo que tú. Ojalá. I have more time than you do, or than you. I have more time than you do. Ask me. Pregúntame sobre mi hermana. ¿Tu hermana tiene más tiempo que yo? Does your sister have more time than I do? Does she? Does she have more time than I do? Okay. Eres más afortunado que yo. Ahora, depende si usas lucky o fortunate la estructura. Vamos con lucky primero. Eres más afortunado que yo. You are luckier than me or than I am. You're, contraemos, you're luckier than I am. Okay? You're luckier than I am. Eres el tipo más, vamos con el superlativo de lucky, eres el tío más afortunado del mundo. You're the luckiest guy in the world. Perfecto, vamos con fortunate. No fortunate, y es ch, otra vez ese ch que vimos. Fortunate. You're more fortunate than I am, or than me. You're more fortunate than I am. Okay? Eres el tío más afortunado del mundo. You're the most fortunate guy in the world. Okay? Vamos con otra. Okay? Quiero tanto dinero como tú tienes. Quiero tanto dinero como tú tienes. I want as much, porque es incontable. As much as, le sigue un incontable. As many as, le sigue un incontable. So I want as much money as you have, and I want as many friends as you have. Right? Tú siempre piensas much. Si ves un much, estamos tratando con incontables. Si vemos un many, tratamos con contables. Lo mismo en la pregunta. How much money do you need? How many cars do you have? Money, incontable. Ya sé, sí se puede contar dinero, pero técnicamente se está contando las monedas y los billetes. Eso sí que son contables. ¿Ok? No me enfadé tanto como él. I didn't get as angry as he did. Or as him. I didn't get as angry as he did. Y aquí viene un error muy común, que muchos dicen angrier ahí. Pero aquí es el adjetivo puro, sin ER, sin EST, right? As, adjetivo, sin nada más, as. No soy tan alto como mi hermana. I'm not as tall as my sister is, no taller. Ahí es lo que suelo oír. I'm not as taller as. No, sería taller than, pero ya estamos hablando de otra comparación, ¿no? Okay, a couple more. Okay. Hay más luz solar aquí que en Suecia. There's more sunlight, incontable. There's more sunlight here than in Sweden. There's more sunlight here than in Sweden. Ask me, is there more sunlight here than in Sweden? Okay. Vamos a ver. Otra. Hablas tanto como tu padre. You talk, no talk, you talk as much as your father does, or as much as your father. Con does o sin does. You talk as much as your father. Ask me, do you talk as much as your father? Yeah, I talk a lot. I'm a chatterbox. A chatterbox. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now we use the word, you say charlatán. We use the word in English, but we say charlatan, right? Se escribe exactamente igual. Pero en inglés es más un embustero. No es tanto que hablas mucho, es que hablas mucho y mientes cuando hablas. So be careful. Charlatan, perdona, no es charlatan, estoy mezclando. So charlatán, charlatan. In English, charlatan. Otra vez, embustero. It's not exactly a copy. Whereas you would say he's a big mouth, he's a loud mouth, he's a chatterbox, es blah, 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 blah. No significa que te estoy mintiendo, significa que hablo mucho. Hey, it's all about those nuances, matices, right? Nuances are the key to everything in life. All right, one more. Let me give you a hard one here. Te voy a dar uno difícil, because I think you guys can do it. Okay. No tenemos tanto dinero como teníamos antes. We don't have as much money as we used to have. We don't have as much money as we used to have. Pregúntame, do we have as much money as we used to have? No, we don't. It's called inflation. Sadly, I'm laughing so I don't cry. All right, excellent job, folks. How did you do? Comparatives and superlatives. Again, they're coming from our material, Inglés Gramática Fácil. We also looked at the past tense there, right? The simple past. All right, let's go on over to our chat room and see who's in the house and ready to rock and roll. There's Elena. Elena, we missed you yesterday and the day before, and you were with us. I mean, you're always with us. But yesterday, we looked at your double trouble, and the day before. And guess what? Even though they were challenging, your fellow classmates rose to the challenge, to rise to the challenge. Cumplieron, ¿no? Ese reto. They rose to the challenge. Rise, rose, risen. Right? No es lo mismo que raise. Raise es un verbo regular. Raise, raised, raised. Rise, rose, risen. What's the difference? You know it. We've looked at it before. The sun rises. Nobody's doing anything. Does it by itself. The sun rose yesterday. I didn't touch it. Right? Raise your hand. Ahora alguien tiene que actuar sobre ello. So raise, actúa sobre ello. Raise your glass. Okay, yo lo estoy haciendo. Pero algo que lo hace él solo is rise, rose, risen. So Elena says, hey, what's up, chicken butt? All set to make every second count. I don't doubt it for one single second, Elena. Great to have you with us. And we're looking forward to hearing from you in the question of the week. Guys, I hold you all accountable. ¿Cómo se dice esto en español? Mira, voy a aprender yo. To hold accountable. Suena como contable. Hacer responsable. Okay, if I hold you accountable, it means I'm expecting your participation. Well, because we love hearing your voice every week. There he is, our model student, our champion in the Hall of Fame, the show with no name Hall of Fame. And it's Born to Iron Man. He says, hello, the team is on the field. Let's get it on. Cuidado con esa. Como la canción de Marvin Gaye. Temazo, by the way. Let's get it on. Bueno, se sabe solo por su voz. Lo que dice, ¿no? Vamos a tricky. Let's get it on. So be careful who you say it to and with what tone. You can say is let's get it on. No, let's get going. Pongámonos en marcha. But just be careful. That one can be misconstrued. Hey, FYI. For your info. Let's get it on. All right, we've got 5 Estrella. What's up, 5 Estrella? 5-star in the house. And 5 Estrella says, what's up, guys? Nice to greet y'all. IRT. Toma, totally native. Primer comentario y usa un acrónimo muy común, IRT, in real time. También tenemos IRL, in real life. He's a nice guy, IRL, in real life, in real time. Hello, 5 Estrella. Welcome aboard. It's great to have you with us. There's Chris Valrol, speaking of model students, sitting in the Hall of Fame. There she is in the Show with No Name Hall of Fame. Chris Valrol. She says, hi, Show with No Namers. Hi, awesome Show with No Namers. Let's have a blast. Well, now that you're here, a good time is guaranteed. Speaking of, there's lovely Laura. Laura, you get your own sound effect. Isn't that awesome? She says, good morning, lovely show with no-namers. Let's put on our thinking caps. Did you say that? Before I say, oh, te voy a dar un totally native, solo por usarlo. No sé si lo pusiste antes de que lo dije o no. Pero wow, let's put on our thinking caps. Vamos a ponernos a pensar, right? Let's put on our thinking caps while we have a ball together. Wow, you guys definitely have the right attitude. Folks, we are going to take a quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we're going to check your comments because we've got a lot of people participating in our pop quiz, also in our Say What soundbite. Great to see so much participation. So many people learning English and enjoying the process with us here on Vaughn Radio. Plus, we've got homophones and many more challenges up ahead. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. This is the show with no name, your show. But don't forget, you got tons of other great shows here on Vaughn Radio. You've got the Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. You've got Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. Speaking with Confidence with Ale. No Excuses with Fitz. Speak English with Ruby. The Salad with Dave Boys. The Hour to Empower with Jessica Fernandez. The Lunchtime Show with my buddies Rob and Andy. And debuting this Saturday, I want you guys to give her a warm welcome. I know you will. It's Linda Scaperotto and her program, Tell Me Your Story. It's going to be on Saturdays from 4 to 5 p.m. Don't miss it. Do not miss it. Yeah. Tons of great programs here on Vaughn Radio where you can learn English for free. And you can pick up some of our greatest materials right now for peanuts. ¿Cacahuetes? Sí, se dice peanuts, poca cosa. So go on over to grupovaughn.com, go to where it says Vaughn Tienda, and click on Promociones. Also, remember the summer camps are filling up. So if you want to send the kids to a totally immersive English summer camp, we've got you covered. But you'd better run. Como vimos ayer. You better, you bet. Más te vale. All right, amigos. Are you ready for a challenge? It's time for Homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, folks. It is Homophones only on the show with no name. Let's take a look at today's words and A, see if you recognize the words, and B, I want you to tell me if they sound exactly the same so that if I didn't give them to you in context, you wouldn't know which word I was saying, like the word night. ¿Acabo de decir caballero o noche? Pues no sé. Porque no he pensado, he dicho la palabra. So I don't know, because they sound exactly the same, because the K in the word night is, iba a decir mute, muda. It's silent. It's not mute. You say muda, we say silenciosa, right? All right, so the first word has many, many meanings, which is great, because, well, we're not just learning one word here. We're learning many uses of one word. So disparar. También es tirar. So if we're talking about sports, tiró hacia la portería, ¿ok? O hasta hacia la canasta, ¿ok? También es rodar, fusilar, también es tomar o sacar una foto, ¿ok? It also, if we say it a secas, es caray, or mejor en España, ostras, oysters. I love that one. Oysters. It's also, rodaje, que mucha gente se equivoca con rodaje y tiroteo, by the way. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people. Yeah, they say, tengo un tiroteo esta tarde. I'm like, oh my God, be careful. Okay? The word, well, we'll clear it up, okay? So it's disparar, tirar. What else? También, si alguien te dice, oye, ¿te puedo hacer una pregunta? Yo diría, dime, dispara. Okay, it's another usage of it as well. Adelante, ¿no? Es una forma de decir, adelante, dispara. I think you say the same thing in Spanish. And, lanzar dados, inyectarse. Oh, man, it's got a lot of uses, that first word. And as always, we'll take a look at them in detail. The second word is shaft or a channel. You say conducto, aliviadero. It can also be a cascada, salto de agua o rápidos. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the rivers and the streams that you. I don't remember the lyrics, but something like that. So yes, it's also short for paracaídas. So it would be another way of saying paracaídas, the short version of it, the abbreviated version of it. So the second word is conducto aliviadero. I didn't know that word. I knew the word conducto. Cascada, which, by the way, we say cascade, waterfall. And this is another way to say it. Rápido, salto de agua. Also paracaídas. And yeah, that's your second word. All right. So what are those two words, and do they sound exactly the same or not? Also, let me give you today's Say What soundbite. Here it is for the third time. As I said, it's really fast today, but hopefully somebody will be able to get it all down. Here goes.
Neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was, why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me.
Who's ready for our upcoming trivia night?
Ready to rock, Daddy.
Do you have the info?
Sure, it's Tuesday, June 2nd, at the Toast Tap Room at 8 p.m. Hosted by you.
Nos vemos el martes 2 de junio a las 8 de la tarde para el próximo Vaughn Trivia Night.
Be there, be square, amigos.
You heard her. Be there or be square. As I said, I'll be there. Of course, I'm hosting, and my family will be there as well in attendance. Some of my best friends and students will be there as well. Friends / students, o sea, barra, amigos barra, alumnos, and great stuff. So we hope to see you all there. All right, let's see. We've got tons of comments. Let's catch up. Vamos a ponernos al día. All right, let's see. Where were we? ¿Dónde estábamos? Okay, we've got Chris Valrol. She's got something to say regarding our Say What soundbite. And she says, I heard an American man talking a mile a minute. No doubt about it. Y te voy a dar un totally native por esa. So I only caught a few words. He mentions something about a character, 25 years. Okay, you got some of it. And that was after the first listen. So I imagine you were able to get some more of that after the second and third listen. And don't forget, you've got one more listen left. 5 Estrellas said, I heard an American actor from the 50s, talking about some 25-year-old person who's really into rockabilly. Nope, he didn't. I love it, me encanta. y veo ahora porque has dicho eso. But he's actually saying somebody's name, Billy. Te lo doy. Uncle Billy, el tío Billy. Okay? Pero me encanta rockabilly. Hombre, suena igual, right? Rockabilly, Uncle Billy. So rockabilly is a genre of music. Great observations. Let's see, Elena. I heard an American man talking his head off, hablando sin parar, saying something about Uncle Bill, who apparently never managed to get his act together. Doble totally native. Ponerse las pilas. Get your act together. También se puede decir, más vulgar, evidentemente, get your shit together, man. Eso es, vamos, tío, espabila, ¿no? Ponte las pilas. All right, excellent job. Wow. Laura, I heard what could be an excerpt from an old American movie in which one of the characters is talking about someone else's character. Absolutely. The person he's mentioning never saved enough money to send him and Harry to college. Wow. Ladies, kicking butt. Let's see. Chris says, I love Madrid. I don't know if it's because you guys are there. I mean, you and the whole Vaughn universe, Laura, JM, and all the fantastic show with no namers I met there. Well, it's, of course, one of the things that makes a city awesome is its people. That's why Paris, no comment. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Paris is a beautiful city if you take the Parisians out, right or wrong. Hey, it's not just my opinion. My friends from Haute-Savoie and other areas of France agree. Nobody likes the Parisians. Yeah. Well, when you walk around cocky, arrogante, well, okay, your city's gorgeous, but you represent your city and you're not doing a really good job at that. So I get it. Maybe they're sick of tourists. Well, move to another city, move to the countryside. Sure, why not? You know, Paris one of the most visited cities in the whole world. Deal with it, como decimos en inglés. So yes, Chris, the city's awesome. Madrid, you can't get bored in Madrid, right? There's so much to do. As I said, I fell in love with the city, and part of that is the people. Madrileños, I know we get a bad rap in the rest of Spain. No, los madrileños. I get it. It's the capital. We're in the spotlight. That's what happens. But if you really talk to Madrileños, we're just kind of normal people. I think most people are not too cocky. They're just, normal people, honestly. And I've traveled. I'm not saying that as somebody who hasn't left Madrid. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Los Angeles, West Hollywood. I've been around. Te lo canto. I've been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know when, I don't know why. All right. Let's see. And Laura says, and we love it when you come to Madrid and we can spend some time with you, Chris. So hopefully that means we'll see you ladies at the trivia night. Well, my daughter already asked by name if both of you are coming. Did you know that? I think I told you. My daughter says, are Laura and Chris coming? Ella lo ha dicho mejor que yo. K Roller Girl says, sorry guys, I'm back. From now on, bells on. With bells on, con muchas ganas. All right, let's see. Chris is participating in today's pop quiz, where we were looking at these comparatives, superlatives, as much as many as. Let's see how she did. She says, do you have as much patience? Do you have as much patience as your mother does, or as your mother? Tienes dos opciones ahí. Do you have as much patience as your mother, or as your mother does? Great job, Chris. No way. My mother's a saint. Okay. Seriously. She should apply for sainthood because, wow. No, te lo contesto con frase completa. I don't have, or I haven't got as much patience as my mother. Okay. The next one. Do you have as many friends as your daughter? No way, Jose. She's a social butterfly. She's beautiful. She's talented. She's friendly. I'm none of those things. So there you go. Let's see. And the last one, I'm not as demanding as they are. Excellent. And demanding is a false friend. How do you say, él demandó a su jefe? He sued his boss, right? He sued his boss. Pero cuidado, no es un homófono para coser, right? Coser es S-E-W, pero no se pronuncia su, sino so, como S-O, right? So, you're learning to sew? Entonces, ¿estás aprendiendo a coser? Okay, speaking of, Chris Valrol. But the word, so just so you know, sue, S-U-E, demandar. To be demanding in English is exigente. Okay, so they are false friends there. All right, and be careful with the pronunciation of the word coser, because I've heard a lot of people say sue, lógicamente, porque ves S-E-W y de alguna manera de ahí sacamos so en inglés. No sois vosotros, es el idioma que está loco. Pero bueno, yo te aviso, ¿ok? Para que no caéis en esa trampa. Okay, let's see. Elena, do you have as much patience as your mother? No way. Do you have as many friends as your daughter? Nope. And the last one, I'm not. Te falta la T. I'm not as demanding as they are. Excellent job, Elena. Laura, do you have as much patience as your mom? Do you have as many friends as your daughter? Como hemos visto, as much, incontable as many, contable as. And the last one, I'm not as demanding as, adjetivo as. Remember this, English is not grammar, it's formulas. Es una fórmula. Si quiero decir esto, tengo que usar esto, más esto, más esto. Ahora, una cosa es apuntarlo y otra cosa es que te salga de la voz, de la boca cuando quieres usarla. Okay? So, great job. There's Born to Iron Man. Are you as patient as your mother? Bueno, parecido, ¿no? Do you have as much patience? La misma idea. Do you have as many friends as your daughter? I'm not as demanding as they are. Very good. K Roller Girl, die. You have as much patience. Die. Okay. Do. Okay, veo die. Digo, mi mujer. Die. You say D, right? Lady D. We say die. Diana, you know? So, die, te lo cambio a O, porque me imagino que es lo que quieres decir. Do you have as much patience as your mother? Do you have as many friends as your daughter? Are you as demanding as they are? Great job. All right. Let's see. K Roller Girl, she recognizes the film and she recommends it in today's Say What soundbite. And she says the speaker talks about George Bailey, who's under pressure due to financial trouble because he always puts other people first instead of focusing on himself. And now he can't afford important things. Te sobra el to ahí, porque to va con verbo. He can't afford to do important things, or he can't afford important things. Good. Great observation. Okay. Luis says, safer or more safe? A question. Well, if we go with the rule, if it's got less than 2 syllables, it's safer. This is safer than that. So technically safer. Okay. So yeah, good question. Well, there are times when that rule doesn't apply, right? In fact, the 2 most common adjectives, good and bad, are irregular, right? He is better than his sister. He's the best. Eso es de good, right? And bad, he is worse than his sister. He's the worst. Ahora, sí que existe badder and the baddest, pero eso es malote, no malo. So, de hecho, hay una canción buenísima, The Baddest Man Alive. Creo que es Wu-Tang Clan and the Black Keys. Búscalo, es buenísimo. Y el video es, if you like martial arts, check out the video too. I'm the baddest man alive. So there's one of those exceptions as well over there. Oh my God, Elena, I didn't even read your comment. I know my classmates are badasses. They are the baddest, los más malotes. Absolutely. Let's see. Cinco Estrella says, I'm not a newbie. I'm the formerly known as Monse PL. Oh, hey, Monse. See, you changed your name and you threw me off. Desconcertar, I think you say. So I'm the formerly known as Monse PL, but I don't know why my username changed. Anyway, it's great to be here with you today. Ditto. Ditto is, te digo lo mismo. Ditto. D-I-T-T-O. Ditto. All right, let's take a look at these homophones over here. We've got plenty of people participating. Elena gives us the 2 words correctly, and she says they are homophones. Born to Iron Man agrees. Juan Carlos agrees as well. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I have other comments, pero estoy ahora buscando los de homophones para concentrarnos en eso. All right, so Elena, Born to Iron Man, and Laura and Juan Carlos are saying that the words are homophones. All right, voy a decir recorcholis. No se me ha abierto el paracaídas. Que, ojo, algo que espero que nunca tengas que decir. Shoot, my chute won't open. Te lo digo de nuevo. Shoot, my chute won't open. Absolutely. Y cuidado, shoot viene de, en vez de decir shit, es como cuando dices miércoles, joroba. Well, same kind of thing. You're saying shoot, otra que se dice, sugar. ¿No? Porque parece que vas a decir sugar, right? So, shit, perdona, pero dices sugar or shoot. So, como hemos dicho, shoot, la primera, tiene muchos. De hecho, es irregular. Vamos a ver si lo sabéis. Every day I shoot for the stars. Buenísima expresión. To shoot for the stars, to shoot for the moon. Ir a por todas. Every day I shoot for the stars. Yesterday, I shot for the stars. And lately, I've shot for the stars. Muy importante el v, que es el have, porque si no, no hay diferencia entre la segunda y tercera columna. So every day I shoot for the stars. Yesterday I shot for the stars. And lately I've shot for the stars. Ooh, speaking of shot, there's a gunshot. Oh, el que os dijo, mucha gente me dice, I have a shooting this afternoon. Conozco gente que trabaja en la industria de la moda. I have a shooting. I'm like, un tiroteo. Wow. Oh, holy shit. Well, I hope you wear a bulletproof vest. It's a shoot. Ahora, shooting se puede decir, pero ya ahí es verbo en gerundio. We're shooting tomorrow. We have a shoot first thing in the morning. So, si hablamos del sustantivo, es shoot. Si no, es tiroteo. Otra vez, en Los Ángeles, you've got both of them over there. You can easily go to a shoot or a shooting. De hecho, you might see a shooting on the way to a shoot in Los Angeles. So, shoot, as we said, it's also tirar, ¿no? Come on, man, you've got to shoot more often. Tienes que tirar el balón, ¿no? Chutar. I think you say the same thing. Chutar. Vaya, chutó el balón, el esférico. Okay. What else? I think those are some of the most common ones. Tirar, disparar, recorcholis, rayos, repámpanos, ostras. All right. So there you go. There you go, folks. Shoot. Shoot. También. Hey, Alberto, can I ask you a question? Yeah, shoot. Dispara. All right. And very, very common word there. And the second one comes from the word parachute, al menos ese uso. Pero también we talk about a lot of buildings have a garbage chute or a trash chute. And es el ducto o bajante de basura, right? Where they have like this conducto que tiras la bolsa de basura y cae, it falls into the garbage can. So a garbage chute, okay? Now, you know me, I like to teach you everything. The poop chute, okay? Ya que estamos, hay que saber todos los usos. It's a way of saying ojete. Yeah. Okay. I hope they don't shoot you in the poop chute. O sea, el conducto de la caca. Okay. Hey. Don't shoot the messenger. Hablando de shoot. So the poop chute is another way of saying, a funny way of saying el ojete. Right? Conducto de la caca, conducto aliviadero, bueno, aliviadero nunca mejor dicho, and paracaídas, as we said. So excellent job. You guys really shoot for the stars. Vais a por todas. All right, let's see. Laura says, we can't disappoint Lara. Well, you better be there. You heard the girl. Be there or be square. Let's see. Elena also taking a stab at today's Say What soundbite. Let me take a quick look at it over here. And it looks pretty good to me. Wow. And guess what? You have got you've got one more chance. You're going to hear it one more time in the fourth and final part of today's show, where we're going to take a look at movies, music, Double Trouble, and so much more. Guys, so much to do, so much English to be learned, and the good news is, when this show's over, the fun doesn't end there. No way, Jose. You've got brand spanking new fresh content all day, every day, here on Vaughn Radio. A quick reminder, too, perfect opportunity during this commercial break. Record your question of the week and send it to me. You've got a minute. Sure you do. Do you keep or have you ever kept a journal or a diary? Tell us about it if you have. All right, folks, we'll be right back with much more. So stick around. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is the show with no name, your interactive English show here on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget, you've got summer camps, you've got day camps, los llamamos urban camps, pero el nombre habitual is day camps. ¿Por qué? You go for the day, and then you go home and you sleep at home. You don't sleep over. Toma phrasal verb, to sleep over. So don't sleep on it. No lo consultes con la almohada. If you have kids, I couldn't think of a better, more productive experience for your kids or your niece and nephew. Hey, it's a great gift. It's Vaughn Summer Camps. You can get more information at our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget about all the special deals. You've got La Trilogía del Inglés, 20 euros and 95 cents. You've got Pack Los Imprescindibles for 21 euros and 90 cents. Guys, that's 6 books, I think. No, 8. A ver, 1, 2, 3, 4, all right. 8 books. Jeez Louise. Including típicos errores, frases claves, 3,600 palabras que tienes que saber, 400 verbos básicos. This is all in one pack. It's called Pack Los Imprescindibles, and you can get it over at Vaughn Tienda. Don't miss it, folks. Tons and tons of stuff available. And for peanuts, as I said before. All right, well, folks, what have we got to do now? I know it's time for Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, amigos. It is Double Trouble. And, well, let's take a look at this one. Now, I said the word arrogante before when we were talking about the Parisians. I didn't say arrogant. I said it in a different way. Were you paying attention? All right. Well, here goes. This is your shot. Toma, otro uso de shot. Tu oportunidad. Okay. Le dije que no inclinase la cabeza. Okay. Como cuando lo pones para un lado. Le dije que no inclinase la cabeza y que no amartillara su pistola. Okay. I think I said it right. Tú dime, el español no te fíes, ¿eh? El inglés te puedes fiar. But don't trust my Spanish. But I don't know, I was just trying here. I was just taking a shot. Okay? So, le dije que no inclinase la cabeza y que no amartillara su pistola. All right, you've got to use the same word twice. It is today's Double Trouble. good luck. As I said, I used a version of the word when I was saying the word to give you a clue, arrogante. All right. So there you go, my amigos. That's your double trouble. Good luck. And also, I'm going to give you our Say What soundbite. Here it is for the fourth and final time. Elena got it. Let's see if anybody else can join her on the podium.
Neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was, why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me.
Me pregunta el del chiringuito si quiero hacer kitesurf o wakeboard o si prefiero tomarme un bitter cass antes. Me acaba de decir 5 palabras en inglés. Kite, que significa cometa, surf, que es obviamente hacer surf, pero también significa oleaje. Wake, que es estela, en este caso la estela del barco. Board es tabla y bitter es amargo. Y justo antes, cuando le pregunté si hablaba inglés, me dijo,
Pero patatero.
sabemos mucho más inglés de lo que creemos. Solo nos falta asimilarlo y situarlo. Aprende a aprender inglés en cualquier lugar con This Book is the Milk y su secuela, This Book is the Milk 2. Te enseñaremos cómo enfocar el inglés, aprovechando todo el inglés que tenemos alrededor y de una manera divertida y adictiva. The Remilk ahora se llama This Book is the Milk 2 y viene con audio y nueva portada. Descúbrelos ya en vaughantienda.com. All right, folks, you've got so many different things at Vaughn Tienda. You've also got our summer camps, master's programs, whatever it is you're looking for, you'll find it. Also, folks, I just shared some links with you. You're probably wondering, what the hell are those links that Alberto just shared? Well, my brother-in-law, shout out to Marcos, he loves experimenting with AI and all these new technologies. So the other day, he took some radio shows, these shows, The Show with No Name, and I don't know what he does because I don't understand any of this stuff, but he popped it into his AI bot. Me lo dijo y digo, no, yo entiendo español, esa frase no la entiendo. Well, basically, it's a summary of the shows with a little quiz. I shared 2 links with you over there. If you want to take a look, I'd love your feedback because, well, I thought it was pretty cool. You're taking a 2-hour show and basically putting it into a document, a PDF or HTML, whatever. Sí, ves, hasta ahí llego. And hopefully, well, you guys will make the most of it. But the best part is it goes over some of the key vocabulary and expressions. And also, you've got a little test at the end to see if you got it. Take a look. You've got it over here in the live chat. I shared 2 links because, well, he shared 2 different links with me from 2 different shows. Let me know what you think. As always, you know, everything we do, bueno, te lo canto. Everything we do it for you. All right, let's see what we've got here. If anybody got today's double trouble. Born to Iron Man, I told him not to cock his head and not to cock his pistol. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Un aplauso. That's right. So to cock your head. Now, the word I used before is cocky, arrogante. And a cock is un gallo, pero también es miembro, pero no de un club. Paquete, pero no el que viene de Amazon. ¿Me explico? Okay, well, since my daughter listens to the show, I got to be careful here. So yeah, it's got the. In fact, I usually say rooster, even because I'm not going to check if it's a male or a female. So I just say rooster. Okay, kikiriki. In English, cock-a-doodle-doo. Bueno, es que esa palabra no nos escapamos de la palabra cocker. Cocker, Joe Cocker. Hablando de Joe Cocker, right? So that's a good way to remember. Joe Cocker was not cocky. No era arrogante, but he cocked his head when he cocked his pistol. Oh my, quadruple trouble. Born to Iron Man. Excellent job. I thought this was a tough one. Let's see. K Roller Girl. I told him not to cock his head and not to cock his head. Well, that's the same thing twice. A wild guess. So not to cock his pistol or his gun, right? To cock, right? Hay una canción, if you guys know the rap group Cypress Hill. Buenísimo, Cypress Hill. And they have a song called Cock the Hammer. ¿No? Que si lo piensas, es parecido a martillar. Is that the word you said in Spanish? A ver, no me acuerdo ahora cómo se traduce. A ver. Yeah, amartillar. So cock the hammer, to cock the weapon. Okay. Let's see. Elena, I told him not to cock his head and not to cock his gun. Perfect. Also, Chris got it as well. Laura says, I told them not to be cocksure. I've never used that one, pero es igual que cocky. Pero no es la misma, ¿no? Que no. To cock his head and to be cocky. To be cocky, ser arrogante. To cock his head es inclinar la cabeza, ¿no? Piensa como un gallo, ¿no? Okay, to cock your head, okay? Let's see. I told him don't cock your head and don't cock the gun. All right. You got it, folks. All right. K Roller Girl says, why are we always talking about words and those words? I thought show with no name is for children of all ages. Yeah, but that word has many meanings. Again, don't shoot the messenger. ¿No queréis aprender los otros significados porque alguien se puede ofender? You see what I'm saying? So I have two options here. I don't teach you and we just live in ignorance. Hey, I've never thought that was a good option. Or I teach you and you use your own judgment. No, you use your own discernment and you know when you can use these words and how to use them so you're not being offensive. But I'll leave that to you guys as adults. Remember this, there's no time here on the show where I'm trying to get you to use these words in offensive ways. I'm telling you the words so you don't use them in offensive ways. Quite the contrary. So, but in order to teach you these words and all their meanings, well, I need to bring them up. Okay? Well, I'm explaining. I'm explaining it to you because I don't think it's me trying to be vulgar, but prevent you guys from, let's get it on. Okay, that's great, but be careful who you say it to because you might get a chuckle. He told me, let's get it on, right? And the word cock, as I just told you, I don't even say that word for gallo. I say rooster, just in case. So again, suit yourself, tú mismo. But it's my obligation to teach you all the different uses of the word. I believe, right? If not, me quedo corto. Te digo, okay, pues esto y ya está. Y luego vas por la vida diciendo, he cocked, what is she? What? So more, I know people say ignorance is bliss, but I disagree with that statement. Just because it's an idiomatic expression doesn't mean it's true. No, la dicha es la ignorancia. No, not here, not on the show with no name. And these are things you'll hear in music and in movies. Name that movie. And I'll finish up with the vulgarity thing because I think K Roller Girl, I think it's a very valid thing that you're saying. Por eso lo estoy tratando aquí. I think it's I think it's something that's worth mentioning, of course. And I've got to say something. My daughter, I didn't teach her, all these words, but she knows them and she's 6 because, well, the world, you know what I mean? There's a lot of vulgarity out there, sadly. But also I can't, cover her ears when she goes to school. So she's going to learn these words. What she has to learn, and what I teach her, esto es la frase que uso siempre. Nice people say nice words. Ugly people say ugly words. Y ahí lo resumo todo. But I think it's a valid point that you mentioned there, K Roller Girl. But I want you to know it's not coming from a place of being vulgar. Quite the contrary. All right, here we go, folks. Here's today. In fact, aquí en esta película que vamos a ver hay una palabrota, pero es una palabra tan útil que te conviene saberlo y todos sus usos. All right, here we go. A teenager with a massive facial skull deformity and biker gang mother attempt to live as normal a life as possible under the circumstances. Okay? So a teenager with a massive facial, facial, creo que se escribe igual, pero se dice facial. So a teenager with a massive facial skull es cráneo, deformity, and biker gang mother. Hey, Juan Lu, shout out to you, Juan Lu, Chicago. He loves looking into the biker gang culture. And they attempt to live as normal a life as possible under the circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your movie queen, Chris Valro. The movie is Mask. That's right. I remember seeing this movie when I was a kid. It was quite impactful. You say impactante. We say impactful. I saw it I think I saw it when it came out. Or no, I saw it when it was on HBO. I didn't see it in the movies. So I saw it on HBO. And it's called Mask. It came out in 1985. It's directed by Peter Bogdanovich, excellent director. And it stars Cher. You know Cher? Do you believe in love after love after love? And Eric Stoltz and Sam Elliott. And let's see, Chris K. Roller Girl. Nice job, ladies. The movie is Mask, Máscara. And K. Roller Girl says, I love this movie. Chris says, I remember this movie. Well, let's learn some English from the movie as well. All right, here we go. Rocky Dennis says, Mom, do I look like a freak to you? Y aquí un friki no es un friki, es un bicho raro. Un friki que le gustan los aviones, como yo, is a geek, right? Si queremos aclarar la diferencia ahí, geek, I'm an de eso, se llaman av geeks, de aviation. Right? So I'm an av geek. I'm a movie geek, right? Pero el momento que ponemos freak se puede entender como alguien raro, ¿ok? Pero raro en el sentido malo, ¿ok? De hecho, la canción Super Freak de Rick James, she's a super freak, she's super freaky, está diciendo que es una tía que en la cama no hay límites. Lo que haga, lo que quieres hacer, lo hace. Okay, so be careful with the word freak again. Don't shoot the messenger. So, Mom, do I look like a freak to you? Parezco de circo. Lo está diciendo porque su cara, he's got a deformity. And Rusty says, no. And Rocky says, you've always been big on telling me. Siempre ha sido lo tuyo, ¿no? Siempre ha sido muy importante para ti. You've always been big on telling me when my face doesn't matter. But it does, doesn't it? You think that I can't even get a girl to like me unless you pay her. So obviously, the mother paid for an escort. Okay? Y no digo escolta, que también. And the mom says, that's not true. And Rocky says, bullshit. Traducción. Okay? Pero también to bullshit es estar de cháchara. Oh, man, it was really great bullshitting with you last night. Man, what a wonderful time we had, right? And then Rusty says, bullshit yourself. Lots of young guys got problems getting girls. Muchos chicos jóvenes tienen problemas buscando chicas. He says, well, what if I was your dad and I did the same thing? ¿No? Si fuera igual tu queja si yo fuese tu padre. ¿No? Si estás siendo machista, realmente le dice, a chauvinist. And Rocky says, I'd hate that too. Odiaría eso también. All right, folks, it's time for your joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking.
All right, we've got to fly, folks. Time is of the essence. What did the teacher tell the gun after the exams? What did the teacher tell the gun after the exams? That he did a bang-up job. Bang! Do you get it? If I tell you you did a bang-up job, lo hiciste genial. So bang up. Se usa con job. You did a bang-up job. Lo hiciste a la perfección. Genial. Excelente. So you get it? What did the teacher tell the gun after the exams? That he did a bang-up job. All right, I got another one. Why did the gun enjoy school so much? Ya que estábamos con cocking guns. Why did the gun enjoy school so much? This one you'll get. Because he had a blast. a blast. Oh, God. Okay. Bang, blast. So, bueno, si no te lo sabías, to do a bang-up job. Hey, you guys are doing a bang-up job. Now it's time for famous birthday trivia.
Birthdays for you. Birthdays for me. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Birthdays for her. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
All right, let's get right into it. Do you believe in love after love? Yes, her. Yeah, there's only one. Okay. She's not only an amazing musician, but also she's been in many movies. She was in Mask. Hey, today's named that movie. Moonstruck. Que peliculón with Nicolas Cage. Mermaids. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. What else? The Witches of Eastwick. So a very, very talented triple threat singer, dancer, actor. Okay. Number 2, this guy, he was at Woodstock and he said, you can leave your hat on. And many, many other songs. In fact, one of his greatest songs is A Little Help from My Friends. It's actually a Beatles song. And this is one time where the cover, la versión, is better than the original. I think you'll agree. If you have not seen it, check out, I'm not going to tell you his name, you tell me. But we looked at su apellido, lo hemos visto. De hecho, dije su nombre antes. I was trying to give you a little clue. Now you see why we're talking about guns and arrogante y inclinar la cabeza. There you go. So with a little help from my friends, it was actually the opening of the Wonder Years, aquellos maravillosos años. What would you think if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Raspy voice, amazing singer. And last but not least, an American actor who, wow, probably one of the most talented actors. He was in The Philadelphia Story. It's a Wonderful Life. That's one that we always watch at Christmas time in the United States. He's been in also many Alfred Hitchcock movies, Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Vertigo, and so many more. I think this guy is acting royalty. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Valrol. Number 1, Cher. Do you believe in love after love? Cher. Number 2, Joe Cocker. Ya sabemos, el que inclina la cabeza. O el que amartilla, no sé cómo se dice, el arma. And number 2, Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart, he talked like this a bit. He had, this kind of talk from 1950s. And speaking of Jimmy Stewart, that's going to bring us right into today's Say What soundbite. It's a Wonderful Life. And he's in the courtroom, and he says, neither you nor anybody else, right? Or neither, no sé si dice neither or neither, los dos son correctos. Neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character. Ni tú ni nadie más puede hablar en contra de su carácter, su persona. Because his whole life, su vida entera, why, in the 25 years since, es como decir, como, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Nunca ha sido egoísta. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? ¿No es correcto, Uncle Billy? Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? And then he says, he didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me, ni siquiera yo. All right, here he is, James Stewart.
Neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was, why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me.
All right, folks, what can I say? You did a bang-up job. Hey, para usar el vocabulario, you did a bang-up job. And we're going to say goodbye with a Joe Cocker song. This is a duet that he did. The song is beautiful. It's called Lord, Lift Us Up Where We Belong. Levántanos donde pertenecemos. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. Remember to participate in our question of the week. And we'll be back tomorrow with more. I promise. Ciao for now.